What's going on? It's Coach Williams, and I'm back for another breakdown. So today we're gonna break down Alontae Taylor out of Tennessee, right? So, like we said, we're going to some guys that are gonna be, not first round, not second round picks, right? Later round picks. But this guy, I think he's got a lot of potential, man. Comes in at 6 feet tall, right? So he's got really good height, good arm length, 200 pounds, about 199 pounds, ran a 4.36 at the combine, jumped 39 inches. He is a phenomenal athlete. The problem, though, is he's a little raw, right? He's a little raw, but he's got all the tools to be a really good corner. So let's jump right into it, all right? So we got him down here at the bottom of the screen, okay? And so to start, it's a little bit rocky, right? So let's reserve our judgment, okay, until the end of the video. So he's in off man coverage right here, right? And so they're gonna run this slant, all right? So he's beat inside on the slant, right? So it's a little RPO play here, okay? They're playing Ole Miss. And so if we watch his feet, see that false step that he does, right? He doesn't trust what he's seeing, right? Instead of just breaking on the football, there's that little tick. And if you get a little tick late against these receivers, man, these dudes are quick. They are fast and they are explosive. So he's got no chance. Gets in there, misses the tackle. Not a good way to start things off, all right? So next play, doesn't get much better, all right? So to kick things off, all right, this right here drives me insane. It is one of my biggest pet peeves, okay? So he's in press man-to-man coverage, and his eyes are in here looking at what's going on in here, right? Nothing going on in here. This motion, the quarterback, any of that stuff. That's not going to help you, all right? Get your eyes on this guy's belt line, on his hip, because that is what your only key is in press man-to-man coverage. And what happens? Second he looks back, the receiver gets into his release, and we can even see here, the receiver doesn't even give him a move. He just runs outside, all right? So lucky for him, he's got really good recovery speed, so we can see he's still step for step with this guy, and Matt Corral totally airmails the ball. So he got lucky on that play, but you can't do that and expect to end up in a situation where you're making plays, especially when you get to the NFL level, all right? So this next play here, all right, he's in off coverage. And so it's a run play, all right? So they're in cover two. In cover two, the corners are the force players, okay? So I love how quickly he triggers on this, right? So we can even go back and see and watch just how quickly he triggers off the play, reads that it's run, bang, downhill, tackles this guy, right? Nice, good physical tackle. Love it, man. Love it, all right? So we get a nice view of it from the tight, okay? So it's just a little inside zone play, and he shows up in a hurry, right? Nice balanced stance, gets in there and makes a tackle, right? So a lot of people, they don't think tackling is important for corners. In today's modern NFL, it is really important, right? You got guys like Deebo Samuel lining up in the backfield. You got quick game, screens, all that stuff, right? Corners got to be able to tackle. And this guy is one of the better tackling corners, I think, in the draft. All right. So now we got him again at the bottom of the screen. And so again, what do we just talk about? Screen game. All right. So he leverages this block really well, right? So he's keeping his outside half free and he's driving the receiver back, right? Not getting his butt turned to the sideline, right? Not showing his numbers over here. And he finishes the play physically. Love it. Okay. So now we're in the red zone and he's in off coverage again, right? And this time, again, it's going to be a little RPO and they're going to run the slant. And we can see again that little false step, right? We can see it if we watch again. A little false step. He's having trouble trusting what he's seeing, okay? But if we watch his hips and we watch his feet, after the false step, everything is fast, right? So it's not a question of can he turn or does he have quick feet? It's a question of the technique, right? working on this stuff on a consistent basis, not having any false steps and stuff. But I really love the way that this play ends, okay? So Corral throws his ball way too high, so this guy's got to overextend for it. He's bobbling it, and since he never gives up on the play, he affects the receiver, knocks the ball out. Incomplete pass, right? That's what you want to see on tape. You want to see a guy fight to the last second of every single play. And that is something that Alontae Taylor does, all right? So we'll see that again on this play. He's lined up down here on the bottom of the screen, all right? And so they go with this play action play, and Corral comes out on the perimeter. And at the start of the play, you can tell this receiver is not running a route, right? This guy is not running a route here. He's just blocking, okay? And so he's driving Taylor back, drives him all the way back into the end zone. But he doesn't give up on the play, gets off the block, and is down here with his 4 teammates who are pursuing to the football and make sure that Corral does not get in the end zone. Great play right there, all right? He battles, he fights. That is something that you're looking for in one of those mid to late round picks, right? That's a guy you're going to take a chance on because, you know, there's all these other things that you can coach into people and all kinds of stuff or whatever, but you can't coach his physical ability and you can't coach his mentality. Love his mentality, all right? So he's down here at the bottom of the screen. And so on this play right here, okay, not good press technique, okay? So this is something that just drives me nuts, man. When you get your eyes in here and you're looking at the quarterback, man, there's nothing in here that is going to help you impress man-to-man coverage. Your eye has got to be on your key. Get your eye on the hip, right? But he looks back and he gets on top of it, though, right? Because he's got that good athleticism. He's got that good speed. I like this right here, right? I like the stab of the shoulder, right? I like harassing him down the field and squeezing him to the sideline, right? So he's got the ability to do those things, but there's just those little pieces, those little technique pieces that are just not there yet. So he needs somebody to coach that stuff into him. All right, so now this play, I really love this play right here, right? He's at the top of the screen, okay? And they're going to motion the H-back across, right? So they're motioning this guy across, and he knows that if this guy runs the wheel, he's got to carry him, right? Look at how quickly he recognizes the wheel. He's all over it, tightens the window, gets in there, breaks up the pass, right? If he is a tick later on this, the safety will be there to be able to make the hit, but that guy might catch the ball and it's a touchdown. I love the play recognition right there, right? Understanding you got to play high to low, seeing that wheel route coming from the opposite side and making a play. And then also he gets hurt on this play here, right? But he comes back and keeps battling, man. The dude is tough, all right? So now we got him at the top of the screen here, okay? And so I believe on this play, they're in quarters coverage, right? So they disguise, make it look like it's press man. He's in quarters now, though, right? And what have we seen all game? We've seen the slant, him get beat on the inside on the slant. But as you can see here, he's way more efficient with his feet from this position. Bang, all over it, on top of it, about to drive on that. But what do we always say? The eye in the sky does not lie. The offensive coordinators are watching him getting smoked on the inside on those slant routes. So they say, he's going to be ready for it. So let's hit him with the double move. Let's hit him with the slant and go. And that's exactly what happens here, right? You've got to understand here in this situation, you're not in man, right? So you got to understand, I don't think that they're playing it like palms where this guy would be carrying 3 vertical just from his momentum, right? It looks like he's out here. So anything in breaking, you're going to have help, right? So you got to understand that. Got to understand that, okay? So on this next play, he's at the bottom of the screen here, okay? And so on this one, again, his press technique on this one isn't that great, right? So he jumps outside, right? Gives up that inside release. It's off balance, but can't coach this athleticism, man. Look at this recovery. Back all over it, running across the field with the receiver. That's what we're always looking for on this channel, right? So now we got him at the bottom of the screen here, and I show you this one just because I'm a cover two aficionado. I love cover two, and I love the physicality of this jam right here. Pressing this guy, forcing him to the sideline. The one little nitpick I will have is you don't want to turn your back like this, right? We want to be physical, but you don't want to be so physical that you turn your back to the play. We've talked about this before. 21-man rule, got to be able to see everybody, all right? But either way, I love the physicality. So this next play is at the top of the screen here, okay? And so I love this press rep right here, man. Like, this is awesome, right? Perfect. Nice, patient, throws the opposite hand, gets one hand on. And when you get that one hand jam and it's really physical and you stone the guy's momentum, that is when you can bring the second hand, right? Once we know we got him stopped, you can bring that second hand, force him to the sideline, get him out of bounds, right? He's going to have to watch his tape with his coaches and with his teammates, and he's going to get chewed out, man, because he just did not win that rep right there. That's a really good job, man. That receiver is not going to have a fun film session, all right? So now we got him down here at the bottom of the screen, okay? So he's in off coverage again, all right? And I love the way that he attacks this stock block, right? Gets the outside half, keeps his outside half free, right? Forcing this guy backwards. And then we talk about we don't want to show our numbers to the sideline. Well, he's showing the receivers' numbers to their sideline. Love that. Finishes the play. Love it. All right. So now we got him again down here at the bottom of the screen. Off coverage again. And I love the way that he reads the tempo and the momentum and the body language of the receiver. He knows he's going to break down. Also, look how low he's staying right here, right? He doesn't have to drop his hips, right? Doesn't have to drop his momentum. Doesn't have to drop his body. It's all over it. That's a good job right there. And then he sees the quarterback break the pocket, shows up, and makes sure that that guy has to run out of bounds. Can't just tiptoe down the sideline, all right? So again, we're going to see him in off coverage. Very similar play, right? Good job in his pedal. Very efficient with the feet. Reading the tempo of the receiver. Can feel that he's not going to run a fade. Staying nice and low. Look how he doesn't have to drop his hips, right? Doesn't have to drop any weight down and transfer anything. He's just nice in a good body position here. All over this. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the ball over here, right? So that's Alontae Taylor. I really, really enjoyed watching his film. He has got all the physical tools to be a really good corner in this league, right? He's got some of the mental tools too, right? Never gives up on a play, finishes all the plays, super physical, right? Really love that stuff. Just needs to work on his technique. He's a little raw, needs to be a more technically sound, disciplined corner. But I would not be surprised if we fast forward 2 years from now, 3 years from now, this guy is a starter on his squad. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if we fast forward and he's a Pro Bowler because he has elite athleticism. So he was really fun to break down. We're going to continue to break down DBs, corners, safeties in this draft. So keep on coming back, subscribe, share this with people who have teams that have needs at corner in the draft and stuff like that. Let's keep growing this thing. Let's keep learning together. And as always, you know what it is. It's Coach Williams, Ball Hawks. We fly. I'm out. Peace.